Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory praise to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well and teach this truth. And shalom to the Akim that's out there being a spiritual sacrifice, week in and week out, day in, day out, risking their lives to push this gospel of truth. And shalom to the Akwaf that's at home listening to truth and sincerity. As the scripture said, do so to you. I want to say shalom. We're back out here to power Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Another sit-down lessons. And this sit-down lesson is like a camp recap. What I touched on, precepts I couldn't get. But also we just kind of flow through the spirit. And we had a new location. It's kind of windy where I be at. So I kind of sit in like the little garden area. And this light, this sun is perfect. It's not really blinding me, but yeah, but anyway, Lord wanted that it's not too windy because I try to sit near trees I can block the wind out. But the first scripture I want to touch on is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 13. But evil men, seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So we got this situation going on, which I kind of talked about in my camp. You got these guys in Genesis named Ricard and Hassad, and now they're saying that how Gentiles can be saved now. You see what I'm saying? When I say Gentile, I ain't talking Israelite foreigners. I'm talking about the other nations. The heathen nations can be saved now if they worship on Yahweh Shem Yahweh. And that led me to bring out that scripture, because at first they was teaching the right doctrine, but you see, from time on, I've been hearing that they've been going off all the time, like more and more and more. So I checked it out yesterday. I said, wow, I ain't checking the whole 2-hour one, but like really the main parts, because it just kind of contradict itself. I don't really want to talk about them. I really want to talk about how the aspect of that's why you got to study to show yourself that approved, because when you study, you ain't gonna run into those stumbling blocks like that. We already know the 100% true, 100% doctrine. It's a locker for the win if it's going too loud. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And I'm gonna get the NOT version. Work hard so you can present yourself to the Most High and receive His approval. Be a good worker, one who does not need to be ashamed, and who correctly explains the word of truth. See, that's that correctly explains the word of truth. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you wanna blow that right trumpet. I brought that out yesterday too. Man, the wind picking up, so I'm trying to pick up my voice. So yeah. I gotta do it in my car, man. I don't know. This wind is it's picking up crazy. But yeah, like I'm trying to say, you need to go study to get built up, because most people, especially over there, if you were to tune in a little live stream, I guess, you see people, oh, it's for edification, That's not for edification. That is confusion. That they pushing a confused vibration. You see what I'm saying? I got another one. Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh, and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate, for my mouth have commanded it in his spirit, it hath gathered them. So it's no other books that can stand with the Holy Bible. You see what I'm saying? But we got people who try to twist and turn the doctrine and make it something that it's not. I feel like they sold out and took the bag. It's just me, because at this point in time, the days that we in. Let's get Matthew 24, because you know what days that we in, and as we get closer and closer towards the end, you start seeing more of these groups start pulling shit out their ass and spewing bullshit. So I'm gonna get in Matthew chapter 24, Verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Right? For many should come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And I want to skip to 11. Matthew 24, verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, love of many shall wax cold. So, that's the point right there. It's a many deceivers. But when you go to the book of Job, chapter 12, verse 16. I'm trying to speak up, because the wind is picking up, but it feels good out here. So 12 in Job chapter 12, verse 16, and like I read to you in Matthew 24, there's a lot of deceivers out here and false prophets that's coming among us, man, in these last days, and that was prophesied to happen. So this is fulfilling prophecy, twisting the doctrine up, saying, Gentiles can be saved, heathens can be saved. I'm gonna say heathen because Gentiles could be a Israelite foreigner. Try to flip to the page. Job 12. Job chapter 12 and verse 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceiver are his. So at the end of the day, if those sheeps, well, when I say other Israelites who want to follow them still after that, that's their own thing. That's their own pride, because it says right there in book of Job, chapter 12, verse 16, the deceiver are of the Lord's. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So if you still follow them after all those allegations and bullshit, switch on the doctrine, that's on you, man. That's why our apostles and the elders, tell you to come out of those, wicked groups, man, because they're not sincere. They're not really sincere for the word of truth, man. Like we are, man. We push His word. We just come out here, teach, preach, do lessons, and that's all. Keep it basic. We don't got no fancy intros. We don't got no what I'm trying to say. We don't ask for no donations or nothing. We just push the word of truth with sincerity because we fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But now that's the reason why we're telling you that you need to go study, so you won't fall into those stumbling blocks like that. Cause that's a stumbling block. All of a sudden, heathen can be saved, all this and that. This is crazy shit. and then they got the damn devil number, vocab Malone. So it's like, hold on, it's just nothing but confusion, man. So let's go to this the description, man. It's nothing but confusion. Cause like, why you got vocab Malone number and talking to him like he your homeboy or something, and then all y'all doctrines don't mix up. So like, why is y'all together like that? Which is very confusing. So I want to get bear with me here. I want to get 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently in order. And in order. And that's not order, man, because all three of y'all got all different doctrine. You, Tazariot, Hassad, and Vocab. All y'all doctrine is different. So why would you be rubbing elbows with somebody and he has your own personal cell phone number, man, which is crazy, man. I see some brother, he putting up like the little clips of Tazariot talking. But all them guys, like I said, they're not truth, man. They just wanna make money and get vainglory off the truth, man. That's what they want to do, for real. They're not really sincere, Let me get Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yoshai. But a just weight is his delight. So yeah, there's nothing but confusion, man. Confusion's going on. That's out there. And like I said, our Father is not the author of confusion. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace is all the church of the saints. And when you blowing that sound trumpet and saying and trying to twist and screw the doctrine, it's nothing but confusion at the end of the day. What you're doing, because you basically scouring the sheep, because you're not telling the truth. And I don't know why they start doing it. But that's why I'm making this video. When I was going to my camp, that's when I brought up is that you should be more built up in the spirit, that things like that don't shake your faith or nothing like that. So now I want to get Acts chapter 20, verse 29. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter among you and not sparing the flock. Also of your own self should men arise, speaking preserved things to draw away disciples after them. So that's what they're doing. You know, because I seen that it's more camps that teach the same bullshit, talking about it's salvation for the heathen nations if they basically follow the commandments and praise the name Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, that's what it said. Now, man, if you're doing that in this time, 9 times out of 10, you a Jake. You know, you might not be a heathen. You see what I'm saying? We scout abroad, so we look like all nations. But at the end of the day, if you're spewing that out and trying to twist the narrative, it makes it look bad. You see what I'm saying? It's not a good look. You know? I got some more. Zechariah 13:4. And it shall come to pass in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed, everyone of his vision, when he had prophesied, neither shall they wear a rough garment to deceive. And that's what's going on, man. They out there deceiving the flock, telling you lies that ain't true. That's why I always say, stick to the basics, man. You already learned what you learned, and you should be studying if you knew. So like, try to put this down a little bit so the wind went blowing so much. You should be studying if you knew already. So things like this can't trip you up, man. Because we all know, man, some of these dudes, man, they sold out and took a bag. That's all it is. It's for the bag. Because I heard that at one point that they was learning underneath GMS, but when they found out they can't bring that worldly shit and to the truth, they just departed from it, man. Because that's what they want. Y'all want to profit carnally, but y'all don't want to profit spiritually off this, man. Y'all want to just do your own thing. This is Matthew 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inward they are ravening wolves. So, you know, like I said, you know, it's going to be the repeat different scriptures and precepts, but they don't care for the flock, man. That's not being sincere. That's nothing but causing confusion. All confusion, man. But I'm telling you that you know, at the end of the day, the deceiver are his, and that you need to seek out the book and read, technically. So now, I want to get Revelation 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth and that hear the words of this prophecy. Keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So, if you could just go to Luke chapter 1, verse 50 and down, all the way down to 68, or is it 72? And it will show you that salvation is only for the Israelites. Actually, let's go there. The redeemed, and redeemer is for his people. That's why I say that don't include all other nations. You see what I'm saying? Let's just get Luke chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, God of Israel, or power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. And he raised up the horn of salvation for the house of his servant David. And he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercies of promise to our fathers, to remember his holy covenant. So, if we get saved from our enemies, who are our enemies, man? Psalms 83rd chapter, I went to it so many times. The Edomites, the Haramites, the Canaanites, the Ishmaelites, and the Amalekites is another word for Edomites. And that's the rest of the nation, the other nations, man. It's 18 nations, but 12 has been chosen. So he's just coming to redeem his people and save them from the enemies that hate them. So if you that's why I said, you stick up the book and read that just right there, you'd be like, oh, plain and simple. It's only for the Israelites. There's many other scriptures, but I just went to that one to show you how like you need to stick up the book and read and study. You know, but like I said, most of y'all just here for entertainment and all that, for entertainment in the lab or something. I'm trying to get this other scripture right. I want to get Galatians chapter 1, starting at 6. I marvel that ye so removed from him that called you to the grace of a Mashiach to another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you, and will prevent the gospel of Hamashiach. But that we are, or an angel from heaven, preach another gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accused. As we said before, so I said now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed. Salaki, I said accused, accursed. For now I do persuade men, or the Most High, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be a servant of Hamashiach. That was Galatians 1, chapter 1 through 6. Galatians chapter 1, 6 through 10 that I just read to you. So yeah, if any other man preach another gospel over this gospel, let him be accursed. So you know, we put curses on people like that. You know, rebuking them and all that. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's good for us to jump on that real quick to see that. You see what I'm saying? I know I'm new to the fifth and all that, but look, I know the right from wrong, the word from truth. You see what I'm saying? Now let's get Romans 16. And just close it out. You know, I brought so many scriptures out yesterday, so many scriptures I didn't. But I feel like this is just a main topic to talk about. Romans chapter 16, verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause a division of offense contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you, for all you new people out there who truth is sincere about the truth, those two men, Genesis, HOI, GOCC, ISUPK wrestling groups are not sincere. You need to go over to and learn from great millstone, like I learned from those great men and the real prophets of them, and learn the true doctrine, man. Sometimes we come into those times, you don't need to be confused entering Jacob's trouble's already here, but it's not amped up yet. It's getting more amped up. You don't want to come into these days while the devil's coming on you having a short time, and it's nothing but confusion. You saying these dudes talking about Paul letters is not what canon. He pushed idolatry. The other guy who from Sakara talking about Yahweh is not to be bowed to. You see, you don't want to have that mindset of confusion coming into these other days, man. So you know, that's all I really want to touch on, man. Study to show that self to prove, marking them for division and making them as a curse. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's not right what they're doing, man. But Lord, boy, you find a lesson edify, you got something from it. I'm going to close it out. You might see me again do some more camp lessons right here. So So with that, I want to give all glory praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Shalom.